When you look around, your brain is playing a trick. You aren't seeing reality in real time. Human vision operates on a 15-second delay, meaning your mind is constantly smoothing over gaps to give you the illusion of a stable world. We're taught from a young age to think of the brain as a powerful CEO, a centralized commander that micromanages a passive mechanical body from the top down. But the biological reality is far stranger. Looking at this animated diagram, you can see segments making up 8% of our genome. This is ancient viral code with the ability to move around and replicate itself within our DNA, operating by its own rules regardless of what the rest of the body is doing. We even emit a faint bioluminescent glow throughout the day. It's a chemical reaction happening constantly, peaking around 4 p.m., completely outside of our conscious control. To test just how independent our organs really are, researchers looked at what happens when the physical connection between the brain and the gut, the vagus nerve, is completely severed. The gut doesn't shut down, it continues to function perfectly on its own. Our survival depends on a decentralized network, a collection of rogue autonomous systems that govern us from the bottom up. Down in your gastrointestinal tract lies a localized process so complex that scientists call it the second brain. Its formal name is the enteric nervous system. The spinal cord contains 100 million neurons, but the gut's sprawling network contains over 500 million. Watching it animate, you see it manages mechanical tasks autonomously. Radial muscle contractions, peristalsis, squeeze matter along the digestive tube without a single instruction from your head. And its authority goes far beyond mechanical plumbing. The enteric nervous system quietly manufactures 90% of the body's serotonin. It also produces 50% of your dopamine. This dense web of neurons in your stomach is quietly managing your moods and the chemical balances that dictate how you feel every day. For centuries, anatomists looking through microscopes saw the spaces between our nerves and organs as dense, inert packing tissue. They assumed it was just empty space holding us together. But recent imaging revealed a completely different environment, the interstitium. It's a contiguous, fluid-filled space supported by a honeycomb-like collagen lattice, constantly in motion. The scale of this hidden ocean is massive. The interstitial fluid rushing through your body right now makes up to 20% of your total body weight. It functions as a biological superhighway, transporting vital solutes between organs and acting as a primary communication channel for your immune system. However, this high-speed network has a dangerous vulnerability. In this fluid dynamics model, the interstitium's rapid pressure flow becomes a physical pathway for disease. A single cancer cell can catch this current and rapidly migrate to a new metastatic site. What the medical field previously ignored as empty space is actually an active organ dictating systemic health and the physical spread of disease. Connecting the centralized brain to all of these autonomous bodily networks is a bioelectrical bridge known as the vagus nerve. It is an incredibly complex piece of wiring, consisting of over 200,000 individual fibers that reach deep into the body's vital organs. The vagus nerve functions as an active, commanding regulator, exerting direct control over these systems rather than just reporting status updates back to the brain. A key to understanding its power came from researcher Dr. Kevin Tracy, who discovered a mechanism operating within the nerve called the inflammatory reflex. This animated schematic tracks how the reflex works. A localized electrical impulse travels down a vagus nerve fiber straight to an organ, triggering the immediate shutdown of inflammatory molecule release. This reflex proves your body's immune responses are governed by a hidden electrical language, operating swiftly and completely bypassing your brain's conscious awareness. When you map out these delay visuals, viral codes, hidden oceans, and independent gut networks, a new picture of the human body emerges. It is a smart, decentralized ecosystem driven by localized bioelectric and chemical signals. Traditional medicine often fights this ecosystem by flooding it with pharmaceutical drugs. Because these drugs disperse widely rather than targeting local signals, they frequently cause severe side effects. This problem has led to a new approach to healing, pioneered by researchers like Dr. Tracy, known as bioelectronic medicine. Instead of relying on chemistry, this approach uses electricity. A tiny, precise electrical impulse is sent directly into the vagus nerve to artificially mimic the body's own natural healing reflexes. This method of bioelectrical hacking is already finding clinical success. It is actively being used to treat difficult-to-manage inflammatory diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and inflammatory bowel disease. By learning the secret electrical language of our autonomous networks, we gain the ability to trigger the body's healing reflexes from the inside out.